Welcome to the Just Law Spanish Solicitors YouTube channel. My name is John Towell and I'm a barrister with Just Law Spanish Solicitors. Recently I was asked by MoneyCorp, the currency brokers, to give a talk on Brexit, retirement, healthcare for UK pensioners living or looking to move to Spain in the near future. If anything arises out of this video or you have any other queries, you can contact us at info@justlaw.es and the website is www.justlaw.es. So, where are we at the moment? The United Kingdom left the European Union on the 31st of January 2020, and this video is dated March 2020. Therefore, we're in the transition period. Now, the important thing to note that during the transition period, nothing has changed for UK citizens in the European Union, which means that irrespective of whether you're a pensioner or non-pensioner living in Spain, nothing's changed. Now, the thing to note is that the UK will leave the EU on the 31st of December 2020. I mean, technically, we've already left, but for all intents and purposes, the transition period, which ends on the 31st of December 2020, is the final date. And the UK government have stated that the transition period won't be extended. In fact, legislation has been passed by the Parliament in the UK which rules out an extension. And even if the UK government wanted to extend the transition period, they would need the agreement of the EU. So, for UK pensioners currently living in Spain, nothing's changed. They will continue, whatever that happens, to have lifelong healthcare as long as they remain in Spain. Their state pension will continue to be updated. The source for this is Sarah J. Morris, the British Council in Alicante. Pensioners looking to move to Spain in the future, well, the best advice we can give is to move to Spain prior to the 31st of December 2020, prior to the transition period ending. What should you do before then? You should apply for residencia, exchange your driving license if you have one, and apply for healthcare in Spain. Now, the entitlement to health care, spelt wrong, in Spain for British pensioners. So we're in the transition period. So this applies up to the 31st of December 2020. If you live in Spain and receive an exportable UK pension contribution-based employment support allowance or other exportable benefit, you may be entitled to state healthcare paid by the UK. So what do? You apply for the certificate of entitlement known as the S1 certificate. Once you have the S1 certificate, you have lifelong healthcare rights in Spain, even if there's a no-deal Brexit. All you need to do is to remain legally resident in Spain. So you have a window of time. It's getting ever smaller, but in March 2020, up until the 31st of December 2020, you have that window. Pensioners looking to retire to Spain post the 31st of December 2020, well, at the time of this video, there hasn't been a deal. I would say that the original presentation was the 27th of February and I'm doing this video in the middle of March. But that's the time period. In the event of a no-deal Brexit, for healthcare, you have two options really. Private health insurance, which you can approach us for a quote if you like, but it's going to be expensive. Or pay-as-you-go doctor visits, around about €60, give or take, for a consultation. And the other thing to note is, irrespective of if you're a pensioner or not a pensioner, and you move to Spain to live after the 31st of December 2020, after the transition period is ended, because we don't have a deal in place, and there could be a deal, but at the moment there isn't a deal. You can only stay for 90 days in any 180-day period, and the source for that is the UK government website, which is talking about the worst case scenario, no deal position. Will there be a deal? Well, I've been a lawyer for 30 years, and I'm not going to try and speculate. It's impossible to say with any certainty. All I can say is that the factors to consider are that a no-deal Brexit would cause a loss of €9 billion from the Spanish GDP, and the source for this is the Bank of Spain. And of course, regions such as the Costa Blanca, the Costa del Sol, where we have our offices in Marbella, Fuengirola and Malaga, they would be hit very hard by a no-deal Brexit compared to other non-touristy regions of Spain. The Bank of Spain produced this table, and it talks about orderly Brexit with a trade deal, orderly Brexit with no trade deal, and a disorderly Brexit with no trade deal. I mean, I struggle to see the difference between the second and third column, but I think what we have to look at is whatever happens, it's bad for the Spanish economy, and like I said before, proportionally worse for the Costa del Sol, Andalucía, Costa Blanca, Costa Tropical. I know I've mixed my provinces and regions there, but the coasts. So, as I've said before, the post-transition period, that's the worst case scenario applies. So, as we stand, if there's no deal, things are going to be very difficult if you want to live in Spain. What should you do? Move to Spain before the 31st of December 2020. This is for everybody, even including pensioners. Apply for residencia, that applies to everybody. Exchange your driving license for a Spanish one, that applies to everybody. And if you're a pensioner and you can move, and everybody's circumstances are different, and moving could be just renting while you look for a property, we can help you with the lease, as well as the property purchase, NIE numbers, residencia, healthcare. You should also apply for the S1 certificate. I'm sorry I can't give you any more information because we're in the grounds of speculation, but all we can say for certainty at the moment is this is what we've been through, what the law is during the transition period where we are now, and worst case scenario after the transition period. So thanks for watching. If you have any queries, email us at info@justlaw.es. Have a look at the website www.justlaw.es. Just Law Solicitors was established in 1992. Offices in Fuengirola and Malaga. Marbella is pending. We have native English speaking lawyers, native Danish and English speaking staff, and our senior lawyer, Lisa Moreno, is the Danish consul for Andalucía. So thank you, and I will update this once I know more.